Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. I'm Smriti Rastogi. Innovation is today recognized as an important vehicle to realize the goal of a new India. Accordingly, earlier this week, Niti Aayog released the first ever innovation index of the country. The report ranks Karnataka as the most innovative major state in India. Sikkim and Delhi are the most innovative among northeastern and hill states. The Niti Aayog report examines the innovation ecosystem of Indian states and union territories. The idea is to devise a holistic tool that policymakers can use to identify challenges and strengths while designing strategies to promote economic growth. The India Innovation Index was launched in 2017 by Niti Aayog, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion and Confederation of Indian Industry. Today in depth, we will discuss the India Innovation Index report, the idea behind creating it, and the areas that the report has identified for sustained action to promote innovation. Recognizing the role of innovation as a key driver of growth and prosperity for India, Niti Aayog, along with the Institute for Competitiveness, has released the first ever India Innovation Index 2019 in New Delhi. Let's take a look at the key findings of the report.
In recent years, the government has made innovation a priority to realize the goal of New India. The Atal Innovation Mission is a countrywide effort to give shape to this objective, as well as to promote a culture of innovation from the school level to industry. Niti Aayog has played a leading role in the flagship initiative with significant results. On October 17, 2019, it released the first ever India Innovation Index 2019. The report has ranked Karnataka as the most innovative major state in India. Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Telangana, Haryana, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh form the remaining top 10 major states respectively. Sikkim and Delhi take the top spots among the northeastern and hill states and union territories and city states respectively. The report was released by Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar and Chief Executive Officer Amitabh Kant in New Delhi.
I think it's time, and I think this is where our Prime Minister's exhortation actually constantly that we must now work more and more on innovation is so important. And I think to that extent the Innovation Index, I am hoping, will set a new trend, if you like, for the state governments to sort of give enough attention and focus on this, and to now revamp their science and technology establishments on the one hand, to make sure that the distance between the lab to the land is shortened as far as possible, and three, and I think for most important for me, is that the mistrust between the private and the public sector is taken away. So that's what has happened. The two have worked in silos to a large extent, and I think we can't achieve the sort of breakthroughs and the sort of innovative progress that we want unless it happens.
Doing business, we've done ranking of states on education, on health, on water, and all on SDG goals. And all this has spurred huge competition among states, and states actually started responding to us because many of them said that we've not done so well, we've done this, distance to frontier. So they've all started working at grassroots level to reform education, health, nutrition, all these areas, and water particularly. And my view is that this philosophy of ranking states, naming and shaming them, is actually about bringing good governance, making good governance as good politics. So that's what we are pushing for. And I'm quite sure that this innovation ranking will spur greater innovation in many states, and many states will start championing innovation.
According to Niti Aayog, Delhi, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh are the most efficient states in translating inputs into output. In terms of attracting investment, the top position was again backed by Karnataka among major states, followed by Maharashtra, Haryana, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Telangana, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Bihar, Jharkhand and Punjab were the least attractive states. Among Northeast and Hill states, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura were the top 3 states, while among the Union Territories, Lakshadweep, Delhi and Goa were the top 3 regions. The ranking was done in 3 categories: major states, Northeast and Hill states, and Union Territories, city and small states.
If you actually accept this, that it is now the competitiveness of each economy which matters in the global economy today and in the global rankings today, then underlying that must be innovation. And therefore, because innovation is the key to take the technology out of the labs onto the commercial the sort of side and this used by the industry, etc. I think therefore to that extent, the more we can emphasize innovation, the more we can emphasize in innovativeness, the better off we will be in our country. And unfortunately, we have not paid enough attention to this so far. And especially if you look at the states, and I dare say, and I hope Gurucharan will agree with me, that even our private sector doesn't pay the attention that it deserves, innovation and R&D deserve. I mean, the fact is that our country has R&D expenditure at about 0.72% of GDP, and out of which 80% comes out of the public sector, and agencies and public sector department.
The India Innovation Index 2019, developed on the lines of Global Innovation Index, attempts to create an extensive framework for the continual evaluation of the innovation environment of 29 states and 7 union territories. The index measures innovation inputs through 5 enabler parameters, including human capital, investment, knowledge workers, business and legal environment. Knowledge output and knowledge diffusion were selected as performance parameters. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
To make India an innovation-driven economy, Niti Aayog, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion and Confederation of Indian Industry together launched a mega initiative, India Innovation Index in 2017. In this report, we focus on the key components and elements of this index. The India Innovation Index examines the innovation ecosystem of Indian states and union territories. It is an attempt to create a holistic tool for policymakers to identify economic challenges and strengths in various regions. The states have slotted in 3 categories: major states, northeast and hill states, and union territories, city states and small states.
If you really look at this, the whole idea of innovation is in terms of understanding as to how a country can actually become more productive over a period of time and how a country can actually become more competitive over a period of time. So the whole concept of innovation is like this, that there is something called as inherited prosperity and there is something which is called as created prosperity. So inherited prosperity is when we actually say that we are going to use our resources. But created prosperity is the idea that if we have resources, how do we actually build on it? So when we talk about the innovation index, the idea is to really understand how we can actually use our resources in the best possible way. Because each of the states, if you really look at it, they will have a certain set of endowments or conditions for creating enabling factors and things. So the question is that how do we really use those enabling factors or endowments to really move forward and actually use and create the proposition for innovation. And if we are able to measure this, then that means it actually tells me as to what is right or what is wrong, what are the positives or what are the negatives within a state or within an ecosystem, and then we can actually solve the problem or really look at tackling the issue at hand. If you really look at the innovation index, it is a clear understanding or building a clear understanding as to how we need to propel the idea of innovation, how enabling factors are there and how we are performing on those set of factors.
The index tries to create a framework for continuous evaluation of the innovation environment in 29 states and 7 union territories. It performs 3 functions. The first, by ranking of states and union territories based on their index scores. Second, by recognizing opportunities and challenges. And finally, assisting in tailoring governmental policies to help innovation. The India Innovation Index 2019 is calculated as the average of the scores of its two dimensions, enablers and performance. The index also highlights regional catalysts and caveats for promoting innovation readiness. Further, the report also presents state profiles covering 33 indicators looking at the different facets of innovation in India.
It is the states which are going to be competing against other locations, because each of our states, if you really look at it, is the size of a country in itself. Say Kerala is the size of a Hungarian economy. So Kerala has an amazing potential in terms of what it can actually do. So if I'm able to see how we compete globally, how we rank globally, and what are the steps that we need to take, that is what we are able to do here. So global approaches are important. That is what we have learned from. And we have actually created a best practice in terms of understanding GII, trying to create an index wherein we are able to push and propel the governments to really move forward. And really, I think this is a very positive agenda in terms of saying that India should be an innovation ecosystem or an innovation hub in the world. Having said that, I think India has done exceedingly well over the years, but the potential is far too huge across the board.
The report has also laid down some policy imperatives at the national level. These include increasing spending on research and development, improving the capability of top-run educational institutions to produce greater innovation outputs. It also has emphasized the need for greater collaboration between the industry and educational institutions in order to enhance innovation capability. It has also stressed a collaborative platform of all the stakeholders of innovation, innovators, researchers and investors from the industry. At the state level, the report has sought policies to improve the innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem. Cluster development programs are another area that have been identified for a more open collaborative approach. At present, only a few policies exist for innovation, even in the most innovative states and union territories.
So one aspect is to really understand what is the policymaker going to do, how the policymaker can actually define the strategy and things. The second thing is from a corporate viewpoint. They are one of our largest stakeholders, because in any given geography or any given state, the idea is that how corporates can actually perform well. So this also tells me as to give me an understanding that how corporations can actually perform, what is it that corporations face, or what are the challenges that they actually face. And if I'm able to understand that, then I'm also able to set the system right, but the corporations can also see as to where is the right ecosystem and where I should invest. So if there is a good innovation ecosystem that actually exists within a certain state, then the corporations will also see it as a thing, oh yes, I can go here and I can create innovative activity. There is the adequate, say, labor available, the policies are right, there are SEZs which could be available, or the patenting is there that is happening. So they know there are those enabling environment that actually exists, and the corporations can actually make a choice. Last but not the least, in fact, innovation as an activity, we should always see that how innovation is created by individuals and the intersection of individuals when they work together. So this also gives me an understanding as to how individuals perform and can perform over a period of time. So all stakeholders really get a huge positive out of this kind of an index.
The India Innovation Index was first launched in 2017 to make India an innovation-driven economy. The initiative, launched by the Niti Aayog, the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, and the Confederation of Indian Industry, regularly updates data on innovation from all Indian states in real time. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And time for a very short break. Stay with us.
The Union Health Ministry has proposed a maximum of 10 years of imprisonment and 10 lakh rupees fine for assaulting a doctor or healthcare personnel under a draft law.
The bill right now ensures that everybody in the clinical establishment is sufficiently guarded and safeguarded against any such act. The punishment is a big deterrent. So we have tried to ensure that each and every aspect which the paramedical and medical staff were aggrieved of, that is covered under this act.
Increase the interface, the communication between the healthcare workers and the doctor and the patients. But also what is important is to address this issue of overwork and overcrowding.
That this protection is not for a doctor, it is for the healthcare services. The healthcare services are hindering. So it's better to prevent that single incident rather than making suffer thousands of patients.
Welcome back after the break. With an aim to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, India has been giving a lot of impetus to innovation in technology and research. And these efforts are focused in various areas like renewable energy, space science, artificial intelligence, automobiles, and so on. Let us take a look at this report for more details. As the world is on the brink of a global transformation, India is strongly committed to the 2030 agenda, including Sustainable Development Goals. India is trying to achieve it with research and innovation in various areas. In 2016, the country launched its flagship innovation program, Atal Innovation Mission, a mission focused on scaling startup incubation centers and promoting innovation culture through school children. One of the significant areas where India is banking on innovation to make an impact is the development of renewable energy infrastructure. Innovative measures have also helped India's space program make huge strides. Not only are we launching the satellites of other countries, but we have also launched a student satellite, Kalamsat, this year and making historic advances with the launch of Chandrayaan-2. India has launched 239 satellites for 28 different countries as of October 2018. All satellites were launched using the ISRO's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle Expendable Launch System. ISRO successfully launched 104 satellites by a single rocket on 15th February 2017, of which 3 satellites are Indian satellites while the remaining are foreign commercial satellites. Artificial intelligence is expected to more than double the rate of innovation and employee productivity in India by 2021. While only 1/3 of organizations in India have embarked on their AI journeys, those companies that have adopted this technology expect it to increase their competitiveness by 2.3 times in 2021. The dawn of mobile technology, data availability, and the explosion of open source software also provides artificial intelligence huge playing field in the banking sector.
Overall business environment from an innovation ecosystem point of view, I think we are an economy which is leapfrogging. We are an economy which is taking steps at a very rapid pace. It is just a question of time when we are really able to reach our full potential. Of course, like any country will always continue to grow, but I think I am so positive about how India is really going to emerge in the next 20 to 30 years. If there is going to be one economy which is going to be the dominant talking point in the next 30 years, it is actually going to be India. Quite interestingly, China has happened. China, like whatever everybody says, I fundamentally believe that China has already happened. It is there. But India is such a huge potential in terms of creating an impact. I think the potential to really make a mark on the global economy today is going to get driven from here. Because at the end of the day, what we see is that it is going to be solutions or services which are going to drive the uptick in the world. So India is going to be that uptick point.
Taking a leap in the automobile sector, India is popularizing electric vehicles due to multiple reasons, such as eco-friendliness, cheaper fuel cost, lower maintenance expenses, etc. The central government has also taken many initiatives to give a boost to electric vehicles. There has been a greater push in innovation in the last 5 years, and there are about 15,000 startups, out of which 5,000 are deep technology-based startups. The Department of Science and Technology recently launched a mission in cyber physical systems that would create human resources in the country, infrastructure and intensive R&D in areas of artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, sensors, etc. India's scientific publications are growing at 14% every year, compared to the global average of 4%. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. India is fast making its mark in the world in innovation, securing 52nd spot in the World Innovation Index and being one of the few middle-income economies to achieve this. Here are the details. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal released the Global Innovation Index 2019 in New Delhi. This is for the first time that GII was launched in an emerging economy. According to the index, the country has improved in the 4 of the 7 GII pillars, including knowledge and technology, market sophistication, human capital and research, institutions.
I think at a country level, there is a huge uptick that has happened in India. India has really moved forward in the last 5 to 10 years. Of course, the antecedent started much earlier. If you really look at India's IT industry, and that is where the helm of innovation was, or most of the innovation was actually happening. It started in the early 90s, and that is how it has actually moved up over a period of time. So India has improved its performance over a period of time. But the question here is much larger, that what is the trajectory that we will take ahead as an economy and as a country? And the trajectory is going to be hugely positive. If I'm able to move up the scale, say 5 points in one single year, that means we are able to move much faster. Today we are actually sitting at a point where the structural reasons for really moving up are very, very high. It is just a question of time when that uptick is going to happen. I think today everybody in the world recognizes the potential that India actually has. It recognizes the talent potential, it recognizes the opportunity potential that actually exists within the country.
However, it has lost a few spots in business sophistication, infrastructure and creative outputs. World Intellectual Property Organization, the co-publisher of the index, said India's improvement this year is largely due to its relative performance and less so to new GII data or methods. The report says India also outperformed on innovation relative to its GDP per capita for 9 years in a row. India ranks second among middle-class economies in quality of universities and quality of scientific publications. IITs in Bombay, Bengaluru and Delhi occupied 8th, 9th and 10th rank respectively among the top 10 universities in the middle-income countries. India performed best in the knowledge and technology output pillars, in which India maintained its top position in ICT, which is Information and Communications Technology Services exports, where it ranks first in the world.
So today, if you really look at opportunities, I think it is not the West which is going to drive solutions for the world. It is going to be the East, which I say that India is going to be the hotbed of creating solutions for the world in the coming few years. Very, very clearly, if you really look at newer sets of things that have happened here, the kind of innovation that India has actually seen on, say, financial inclusion or, say, mobile, it is unsurpassed anywhere else. So India is a hotbed of innovation. It is just a question of how do we really scale it up over a period of time. So the question is going to be that how corporates scale up and what is it that we are able to do as a next step as either the government or civil society or corporations to really move up that ladder.
India also stands out in the GII ranking of the world's top science and technology clusters, with Bengaluru, Mumbai and New Delhi featuring among global top 100 clusters. The Commerce and Industry Minister said the government is focused on seeing India among the top 25 countries in the Global Innovation Index. The report also expressed hope that given its size, if India upheld the pace of progress, it will make a true impact on global innovation in the years to come. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of In Depth. In case you missed the television broadcast, you can also watch our program online on YouTube, the link for which is given below. Suggestions and feedback about the program are also welcome. Thank you for watching.